being around for the process of just working through plays, positive plays or negative plays, and saying, what did you see here? What were you thinking kind of in this moment? Just especially as you kind of maybe look back on prep between Cincinnati and Western Kentucky, and then the process, whatever you've gone through to this point for Western Kentucky. Could you see some differences, I guess, in your own sort of thought process, reviewing film back and saying, okay, that's a clear improvement from maybe where I was a couple weeks ago in terms of that specific situation, the decisions I was making?
No turnovers. That was the first one. Just take care of the ball. Just executing the plays at a high level. Understanding the game plan, understanding what we need to do to get a win, and just continue to fall back on our preparation and our practice. So, I feel like we had a great week of practice last week, and we got to continue to have that every week so that we can go out on Saturdays and play a good game.
You have to know it's going to be a crazy atmosphere on Saturday, given what happened last year. If you look at Penn State, what do you see different from them versus a year ago, and how is it? And it's going to be completely 180 from last year in terms of the crowd and all that.
Can you say it again one more
Yeah,
time?
just what do you see in Penn State's defense right now that makes them better a little bit? Vaulted them up to number 4 right now in the country.
Yeah, if I'm being 100% honest with you, like today is the first day I actually watched their film. I haven't been able to see like much of their games, but I've always, since I've been here, I've known that they've always had a tough defense. They play physical. You know, they play good up front. So we just got to continue to make sure that we stress straining every day with the offensive linemen and the outside perimeter blocking and route running, and just make sure that we're making all our right plays and just going with the game plan. Just trusting in the game plan, trusting in ourselves and in this team. Just knowing that we can just go out there and compete with anybody. You know, it's football; anything can happen. So we're not really focused on the outcome right now. We're just focused on what we can do to make sure that the outcome is what we want. Just trying to make sure that we narrow down, make sure that we dial in on the simple things. Make sure that we stay attention to all the details, and just make sure that we just play free and have fun.
Against Cincinnati and in the second half and against Western Kentucky, the offense's ability to respond when they would start to make a push. What has impressed you about the way the offense has been able to bounce back when teams start to kind of put some pressure on you?
Yeah, it makes me feel good, just knowing that, we got a group of guys that's going to continue to keep a 1-0 mindset. We preach it, but, it's no good preaching if you're not out there doing it, so I feel like that's what we did, Saturday. Western Kentucky, they had a good offense. The quarterback was making a lot of good throws, and we just had to continue to respond. The defense made big stops when we needed it. We took advantage of it. That's the reason I feel like we got the win. Just because we just stayed focused, stayed locked in. And we just did everything we could to get the job done.
Mike, everyone's going to remember the pylon play last year and the drive in the fourth quarter. But that was actually a game where you kind of struggled and then you kind of figured it out at the end. What did you learn about yourself as a quarterback from that game that kind of carried over throughout last season, and how did it make you grow and develop as a player, you think?
It just showed, that the people around me, this team has a lot of grit. A lot of people that want to be great. Like you were saying, the beginning of that, like really most of that game, our offense, we weren't really clicking last year. That's something that we're definitely going to focus on this year. Make sure that we have do a better job this year. Make sure that we handle business on our side of the ball. But just staying locked in. Just staying key to the details. What happened last year. We can't control. Like it already happened. So whatever happens this week, we can't control that right now. We're just trying to control what we can do. What we can do today to make sure that whenever that time comes, we're prepared and we're all mentally and physically ready.
You kind of addressed this, I guess, when we talked to you middle of last week. I think one thing Coach Allen said was that he looked at the film of the Cincinnati interceptions and thought they were sort of different than the Iowa ones, and they were just maybe as basic, kind of as you said, as just a guy trying to make a play. I mean, did you look at did you see a lot of progress between Iowa and Cincinnati, and what was different? Do you think about, I guess, the mistakes you were making in week 1 versus the mistakes you were making in week 3, and did you kind of know that it was a simpler fix from Cincinnati to Western Kentucky?
Those type of mistakes you don't want on offense. You don't want that for your team at all. But it was definitely, you can always learn from it. So, I feel like, those mistakes, just help me see things differently, just trying to make sure that I can protect the ball, just getting back to just playing comfortable, playing free, having fun out there. Like I was saying, just not try to make every play, just get the best out of the play that's being ran right then and there. Like you said, I just got to protect the ball. I feel like that was one of the main focuses. That's always been the main focus. At the quarterback position, that's the first thing we really look at. We always want to make sure that we protect the ball. And early on, it was, it wasn't what I wanted, but I feel like, just continue to have trust and, continue to work hard and practice, just continue to keep pushing each other to be great, and everybody just being there for each other. I feel like that's the difference. I feel like that definitely, just helped everything calm down, just slowed everything down, just knowing we're out there just playing for each other, just out there having fun.
So, of course, last year's Penn State matchup ended in dramatic fashion, but now you're going to their territory. You're going to State College. What kind of environment do you expect there, just behind enemy lines, just an away game, night game, just all of that?
Yeah, I expect it to be rocking. I expect it to be a big crowd. It's gonna get loud. But we just gotta continue to stay locked in. Make sure that we over communicate. So we know it's gonna get loud on big downs and first few drives of the game and stuff like that. So we just gotta make sure that we over communicate. Focus on that this week and just go out there and have fun. Like I said, yeah, they're a good team. Obviously they're a good team. They're ranked very high. But I feel like, we can compete with anybody, as long as we go out there and execute and just play our football, not worried about any of the outside noise and just stay locked into what we got going on right here.
I guess Coach Allen also talked about something the last couple of weeks, that just the amount of kind of details time you lost in the offseason because you had to focus on rehab instead of being able to get snaps in certain situations. I guess how much of you almost, especially with your receivers, your pass catchers, sort of had to do some of that on the fly in these first 4 weeks in terms of maybe ironing out little wrinkles of where a guy wants the ball, or you delivering at a certain time, or maybe him cutting off a route at a certain time, that sort of thing?
Yeah, to be honest, I really couldn't do too much in the spring, but all summer, I was pretty clear from mainly the start of summer. I was clear to do a lot of stuff for the team. So I was all summer. I've been working with those guys. Make sure that we getting those full speed reps, getting those mental reps in. Talking through stuff that we like about the route, and just trying to make sure everybody's on the same page. I feel like I definitely had a lot of time to do that. I had enough time to do that with the guys. Just finding, like, even last year whenever we had like COVID, we're always just trying to find ways. We'll get together at the park, whatever. Social distance, keep 6 feet, but we still run routes, throw the football. But just understanding that it's a bigger purpose. That we want to make sure that we're the best for this team. So just doing that this summer. I feel like we did that very well. All the guys came out. When we was doing those sessions. So I feel like we definitely have a good chemistry, and I feel good with the guys that we have in that receiver room.
Mike, in regards to a couple questions real quick on regards to audibles and such, obviously it's going to be very loud there Saturday night. When you guys are having to change up plays from the side and that, how difficult is it to try to communicate that to everyone, both on the line and your receivers and such? And for two, do you ever have an opportunity yourself to change you guys out of plays, or does that only come from the sideline?
I wouldn't really say it's too difficult. It's just like I was just saying, just over communicating. So like, usually if I make a call from back in my stance, versus with the loud crowd, I might have to walk up to the line a little bit closer. Make sure that they hear me, make sure that they hear the full call. But and then as far as audibles being checked for me, I definitely have I have a good sense of that. I get a little free. Coach Sheridan let me get that. I thank him for that. But I feel like most of the time, we just trust Coach Sheridan's game plan. The audibles that I make, they're just certain stuff inside the play, or possibly, depending on the game plan. Obviously, everybody has different audibles. You could change the play and stuff like that. But like I said, just make sure that over communicating is emphasized at a high level this week. So that we can go out there and play fast and make sure that everybody knows what's going on each play. All right, thank you.